Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rekakadash. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shah being the name of His only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. We're going to get into the scriptures and the blatant truth of the scripture and how they say a picture is worth 1,000 words and sin is believing, because we can see clearly that the nation of Edom is exposed. And we're going to go into the precepts to get an understanding of who is the nation of Edom. Now you go into Genesis, you get the prophecy about these two children coming out of Isaac. In verse 21, it said, "And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived, and the children struggled together within her." There go that struggle. "And she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, Two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger." Okay, so the elder came out, verse 25, it say, "And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau." So this individual came out red all over from head to toe. He had clean leprosy. Now verse 30 shows what his name was changed into. It said, "And Esau said unto Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint." Therefore his name was called Edom, or red. Like they call people, what up, red bone? But they just talking about a lot of complexion person. But this is talking about he came out with clean leprosy. Real quick, let's get that in Leviticus 13. And I think 13 to get right to the point. It said, "Then the priest shall consider, and behold, if the leprosy have covered all his flesh, he shall pronounce him clean that have the plague. It is all turned white, he is clean." See, so the leprosy is turned all white and the person is clean. They came out with clean leprosy. Now verse 12, it said, "The leprosy broke out abroad in the skin, and the leprosy covered all the skin of him that had the plague, from his head even to his feet, whatsoever the priest looked." Okay, and so to let it get the color right, in verse 19 it said, "In the place of the boil there be a white rising, a bright spot, white and somewhat reddish." So you got a mixture of white and red, and that white is talking about when the skin has no pigment. But the red is where you can see through the skin. And then what is it, 30 it said, "Then the priest shall see the plague, and behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair." See, a yellow thin hair. So the person's hair is thin, yellow or blonde. That's where you got the blonde hair, the blue eyes, because these people they have leprosy recessive gene, just like a leprous lion, a leprous tiger, a leprous elephant, a leprous alligator. See, all of these different animals that has what you call a leprosy or the recessive gene, and this is how Esau came out, and so his name was Edom. Now, when you go into Genesis 36, it gives you some other names of Edom. Verse 8, it say, thus dwell Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir. And then you got verse 11, it say the sons of Eliphaz were Teman. Teman was one of the sons. And then in verse 12, it says, and Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bare to Eliphaz Amalek. Teman and Amalek are two of the top tribes of these Edomites. That way you got Teman represents the Germans, and Amalek represents the small hats over there perpetrating the fraud. So let's see here. When you go into Revelation 6, Revelation 6 sums up the whole, pretty much, revelation and situation, because it starts off at verse 2 talking about the white horse. This is what Yahushua would be riding on, because it's talking about the rider, you see, and he was the one that's going to be conquering these nations when he come back. But verse 4, it says, and there went out another horse that was red. Now this is the opposition to Yahushua. When you go into Numbers 24, it shows you it's only one main opposition to Yahushua. Let's get that real quick. It's one main opposition to Yahushua. Now, verse 17 starts off just like Revelation 6, saying, I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not near. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel. So this ruler is going to come out of Israel. This star, this ruler. Verse 18 let you know who's the opposition. It says, and Edom shall be a possession, and Seir also shall be a possession of his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. Okay, so this is the opposition. You got Edom and you got Israel. Okay, verse 20, it says, and when he looked upon Amalek, this the top tribe, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. So these Edomites would be the first to rule. See, they will have dominion first. Let's go into that, because it was promised both Jacob and Esau rulership over the heaven and the earth. In Genesis 27, real quick, you got Jacob. He was promised. Verse 28, it says, therefore God give you of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth. That's the heaven and the earth. It says, let people serve you and nations bow down to you. Be Lord over your brethren. See, they're gonna have to bow down to Jacob. And let your mother's son bow down to you. So Jacob gonna have a rulership. That's what the heaven and the earth mean. They gonna be ruling the heaven and the earth. Esau started crying with a exceedingly bitter cry over the situation. Verse 38, it says, Esau said unto his father, have you but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, your dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. So you going to have the rulership. Verse 40, and by your sword you shall live. See, by your sword you shall rule and shall serve your brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion or rulership that you shall break his yoke from off your neck. So both of these children of Isaac was given a blessing of rulership, ruling the heaven and the earth. Esau was the first of those two nations that was in the womb of Isaac. You see, so when you go to Revelation, this is who it's talking about in Revelation 6. These two nations. It names Jacob, who represents Yahushua, as the white horse, and then it goes into the red horse. It says, and there was another horse and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him to sit thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they, see, this is a whole nation, not some mysterious person. This the whole nation, and they shall kill one another. The nation of Edom, see, because Edom means red. The nation of Edom shall kill one another. This is how their kingdom is going to fall. They're going to kill and fight one another. It says, and there was given unto him or them, the nation of Edom, a great sword. They have the greatest military. You got Russia with 7,000 nukes. You got United States with 7,000 nukes. See? And they have the largest militaries. We're spending the most money in the military. They're spending billions of dollars on military equipment and operations. Now you got Revelation 12 and Revelation 13. Revelation 12 is give you again the nation of Israel and the nation of Edom. There's it names Israel. It's saying there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. 12 stars talking about the 12 tribes of Israel. Verse 3 is saying, there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his head. So this great red dragon had 10 horns. Okay, and these horns represent kings. When you go to Revelation 17 and 12, those are kings. When you go into Daniel chapter 7, it says that these kings is the fourth kingdom. These 10 kings is the fourth kingdom and the last ruling kingdom on earth. See, and the red dragon is the same as the red beast. When you go into Revelation 13 and 1, it says, and I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Same nation. See, it's all talking about the nation of Edom ruling in these last days and ruling first. This is what it's talking about. And that dragon, that red dragon, in Revelation 20, it says in verse 2, and he laid hold on the dragon, the old serpent, which is called the devil and Satan, and bound him for 1,000 years. The nation of Edom went into was bound for 1,000 years from 90 something AD to 1492. See, they was bound. They wasn't ruling everybody. It was bound for 1,000 years. This is what it's talking about. Not talking about some rebel angel that was thrown in some abyss or some square cube where he can't get out of in heaven. It's the craziest thing in the world. But this is what the Edomites put into the minds of everybody. That's why they worship him now. Because they worshiping what he done put forth and he done deceived they behind. Okay, so it says after the 1,000 years, Satan, verse 7, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. So that's in 1492. They was loose and they went and started deceiving people again. Now when you go into what is it? Jeremiah 49:10. This is why they come up with all these stories about who is the red dragon, the red beast, and who is Edom. Verse 10 it say, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. See, they hiding in secret places. They covering themselves in secret places, and they trying to hide. When you get your what is it, Isaiah 25:7. It says, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. See, when these dragons got the seat, they went to spreading lies and putting the veil over all nations. You go to Revelation 13, in the 7th verse, it says, it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. See, put that veil over their eyes. And power was given unto him over all kindred, tongues, and nations. See, power was given to the Edomites to rule the world first, the heaven and the earth, and to put a veil over the minds of the people. And so, this is why Yahushua gave his disciples the light so they could see. Look at Isaiah 60:1. It says, arise, shine, for your light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon you. So the light is risen upon the Israelites. We see who the nation of Edom is, and we recognize them for who they are. See, and we know it's no repentance for Edom. But Yahushua haven't given that to all people, like Matthew 13:11. Verse 2, it says, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. Because this nation of Edom, they pushing gross darkness. Let's get that. In their land, now mind you, Job was in the land of the Edomites. In Lamentations 4:20, it talks of 20-something, it talks about the nation of Edom dwelling in the land of Uz. Job was dwelling in the land of Uz, and this is what the land of Uz and the land of the Edomites represent. Get right to the point. Verse 22, it says, a land of darkness. See, this is why darkness covered the earth, and gross darkness the people. And as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order, and where the light is as darkness. See, they think religion supposed to be the light. See, they religious teachers supposed to be the light of the world. But they religion is darkness. That's how they blinding them. Let's get that. This is how they blinding the world. 2 Corinthians 4:4. It said, whom the God of this world, the nation of Edom, the power of this world, the ruler of this world. It says, have blinded the minds of the unbelievers, which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of the Mashiach, who is the image of the Most High, should shine upon them. You see, because they the one pushing these wicked lies and blinding the people. Ephesians 6:12, it say, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principality. See, the governmental body of the Edomites, against the powers, against the rulers. See, the Edomite rulers of the darkness of this world. See, they pushing the darkness of this world, these Edomites. against spiritual wickedness in high places. And then they so powerful, they got the Israel. A lot of the Israelites are still blind. Just because they know they're Israelites don't mean nothing. They still blind and following the philosophies of this dragon. Let's get that real quick. This is how he keeps them in blind and darkness. Colossians 2:8 say, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy or vain deceit. See, the philosophy, this Christian philosophy, Christianity, see, the philosophy of the so-called Edomites, who is the white man. See, he is deceiving the whole world. That's why he's Satan and the devil, the deceiver. After the tradition of men. Which men? The Edomite men. The men of Edom, the mighty men of Edom, like Jeremiah 49:22 said. After the rudiments of the world and not after a Mashiach. See, Yahushua vehemently came against the nation of Edom. See, he said, this mountain, if you have faith, you can destroy this mountain, meaning this kingdom of the Edomites. You have faith, you can remove this mountain. But see, if you don't have faith, you're not believing in the words and the prophecies, you're not going to be able to move this kingdom. And so this is who is doing all the deceiving and the wickedness in the world. Proverbs 29:2. It say, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bears rule, the people mourn. See, the people is mourning because the wicked is bearing rule. And who is the wicked? Malachi 1:4. It says, whereas Edom says, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus says the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. See, the beginning and the end of wickedness. And the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. You see, this is why they are the wicked, and these are the people that is controlling the world, having the people mourn, because they destroying the earth. And this the mountain that Yahushua was talking about. He was coming against these Edomites. He said, behold, I am against you, O destroying mountain. See, this the mountain where he said, if you have faith of the mustard seed, you can move this mountain. See, he wasn't just talking about some obstacle in your life, some random obstacle. He was talking about the destroying mountain, Mount Seir. See, the Edomites, the kingdom of the Edomites. The Roman Empire was the Edomite Empire. See, Rome just was a name of a city that they trying to hide behind that name. These were Edomites. This was an Edomite Empire. And it still, came back to being an Edomite Empire again after 1492. It say, oh, destroying mountain, says the Lord, which destroy all the earth. And I will stretch out my hand upon you and roll you down from the rocks and will make you a burnt mountain. See, he was going to burn Babylon the Great, America, which is the throne of these Edomites, what they ruling out of. He going to burn Babylon the Great with fire, which is just the beginning of the destruction of the Edomites, because they got to serve hard bondage. You going to Revelation 17 and 16, saying the 10 horns which you saw upon the beast. See, these the kings of the Edomites, these shall hate the whore. They shall hate Babylon the Great, America, and shall make her desolate and naked, and eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. How are these 10 kings, right in verse 12, the 10 horns are the 10 kings. How are these 10 kings going to destroy a great city? See, and they going to shoot missiles at this great city. That's how they're going to destroy the great city. They're not just going to talk about it. Verse 9, it says, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations for the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her, for thence she shall be taken. Their arrows. What arrow? When you look at broken arrow, it's talking about a nuclear missile. See, broken arrow is talking about a nuclear missile. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain. These other nations, these 10 kings that's ruling with the Edomites, they're going to all switch on Babylon the Great America, which has a global dollar and is leading all of the other nations. It's reigning over all the other kings. See, when they do trade, they come to the World Trade Center, they get them two banking accounts, and they got to trade with that American dollar. That's why that word 9/11 with the World Trade Center was so important. The price of gold is dictated off that whole situation and this American dollar and the Federal Reserve. This is why they all gonna turn on her and burn her with fire, because the Edomites as a whole is causing people to be in mourning because they have a wicked rulership, and the people is gonna turn on them and expose their behind. Isaiah 47 verse 1, it says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." This is not talking about ancient Babylon. It's talking about a future Babylon that's the daughter. See, that resembles the old Babylon, which is full of confusion and darkness. But this place is going to get thrown down into the dust. Say, sit on the ground, there is no throne, daughter of the Chaldeans, for you shall no more be called tender and delicate. The Lord is going He's going to expose this place, and then He's going to take vengeance on this place and call these other nations to destroy Babylon the Great America. Okay. And let's see here. There's Amos 9 and 12. Look at who is the main position of the Israelites. Verse 11 show how, well, let's get verse 9. Verse 9 is the mission. See, verse 9 is the mission. It says, "For lo, I will command and will sift all the house of Israel among all nations." Meaning He's going to look for them. He's going to look for them. Verse 10 say, "The sinners out of the ones that He find, they're going to be killed with the sword. But the ones that's not practicing sin," in verse 11, He said they're going to be rebuilt like the house of David. In verse 12, He say they may possess the remnant of Edom, the remnant of the Edomites who ain't destroyed in Babylon the Great America, and that's still alive. They gonna go into captivity, and all the heathen is gonna go into captivity right along with the Edomites. See, this is what's gonna happen due to them enslaving the Israelites, God's chosen people. See, warring against God. You warring against His people. You warring against God. Verse 2, and this is going on over there in that Holy Land with the Palestinians. This is why all of these militaries is starting to round up and go into that land. Verse 2 is saying, I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. How is the Lord gonna bring somebody somewhere if people got free will and He ain't got no control over nobody? See, He gonna bring them people into the valley of Jehoshaphat because He control them, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. See, this is why He gonna war with these nations. They fought against Him and against His anointed. Let's get in King David's writing. Just to get to the point, verse 2, it say the kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers, see, that's the Edomites, who the rulers take counsel together against the Lord. See, they ain't just taking counsel against no Israelites. they taking counsel against the Lord and against the anointed, the Israelites, saying, "Let us break their bands asunder and cast their cords from us." Okay, they said more than that. Now, when you go into Psalms 83, what else did they say? They have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." Who was the main culprit? Verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom, the red man. See, they want to put that on the Indian. These Indians wasn't no lepers, and they definitely weren't red. They was uh, brown-skinned people. There's only two skin tones in existence. See, a brown skin tone that got the different variations of brown, and you got leprosy, but they can't produce pigment in their skin. They're lepers. Only two skin condition: you brown, light brown, or dark brown, and then leprosy. And the one that got the leprosy is the nation of Edom, the so-called white men. They the one gathering these nations and trying to exterminate the nation of Israel because they hate Jacob because of that blessing. See, they want that blessing that Jacob got, but they ain't gonna get it. Matthew 24 and 22, to get right to the point, it say, "And except those days be shortened or come to an end, there shall no flesh be saved, no Israelites be saved. For the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened." See, because these dragons coming down with great wrath, and they gonna try to exterminate the Israelites, and been trying to do it, and they scheming up a way while they over there fighting these Palestinians. They scheming up a way to twist it all around to make war against the remnant of her seed, the remnant of the Israelites, the elect. They making schemes to try to twist it around on them. This is what they up to right now, because they've been making plans. See, they've been consulting together with one consent with these other heathen, and in the UN meetings and these bigger bird meetings and whatever secret councils that they have, like Psalm 64. See, they acting like we don't know what they're doing, but we know exactly what they're doing, and this is the plan that they're coming up with. How are we going to exterminate the Israelites? And the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the descendants of slaves, majority of them is worshiping the so-called white man. So you got the pictures all around them, pictures tatted on their body, white Jesus tatted all on their arm. And most of the Israelites is gonna worship these people and be destroyed by, because they gonna trust their enemy, not knowing that the enemy want to exterminate their behind. Jeremiah 8:3, it say, "And death shall be chosen rather than life." See, majority of these uh, Israelites is going to choose death, 2/3 of them. It say, "By all the residue of them that remain of this evil family, which remain in all the places where I have driven them, saith the Lord of hosts." Because the Israelites were scattered. That's talking about the diaspora. They were scattered, and they gonna choose the so-called white man, just like Revelation 13 and 7 and 8 say they gonna worship this man. And so they the ones that's gonna fall for the trap that he's setting for they behind. And so one of the main traps, let's go ahead and add that in there. Revelation 6, to give you the whole game, Revelation 6. That red horse gonna turn into a black horse. That black stands for, he gonna be ultimately wicked. And that black horse is gonna say, "We want to put a yoke on you." That's what the parabalance is in verse 5. We gonna put a yoke or some kind of device on you, and we gonna own your behind. You gonna be our slave forever, like that spiritual awe in Exodus. And then they gonna turn into a pale horse once they get that whatchamacallit, that device on people, which they already putting it on people. They're gonna turn into a pale horse, meaning they gonna be out for straight murder. That's why it say the one that's riding on the pale horse, uh, the name was Death and Hell. That goes back to Habakkuk 2:5, where it talks about the Edomites, and it said the Edomites is like is as death. That's why in Jeremiah said that these 2/3 Israelites is gonna choose death. They're gonna choose the Edomite, and they're gonna fall for all their tricks and be deceived thoroughly by that mark of Satan, mark of Esau, and they're gonna die a horrible death by nuclear fire, where their flesh is gonna be torn off their bodies, and their eye sockets, their eyeballs gonna be consumed away in the eye sockets, and their tongue gonna be consumed away in their mouth, because they want to trust the so-called white man, the slave master, that's been clearly their enemy for 400 plus years. And so the nation of Edom is these are the ones that's ruling and that's causing these people to mourn, and they coming to the end of their kingdom. This is why we seeing what we seeing on the news. And in verse 4, just to reiterate that again, it said that they gonna take peace from the earth. This is why we don't got no peace around here. You got war on the TV all the time. It says, and they shall kill one another. The main two warriors is Russia and America. These two people trying to kill each other. And they both Edomite nation. And they trying to kill each other with that great sword. They got nuclear weapons that they gonna be, or that they already threaten each other with. And the whole conversation is nuclear weapons. See, we need to stop them from developing nuclear capability and all this crap, because this is what the prophecy is talking about. These Edomites gonna kill each other. If Satan casts out Satan, how can his kingdom stand? His kingdom can't stand, because they gonna be killing one another, which they already doing in Ukraine. See, they already killing each other. So it's any time now uh, that war gonna break out, and Yahweh Shah gonna show up when they try to enslave and exterminate the Israelites. But I'm going to leave it there. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rikah Kadash. Double honors to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.